In the heart of West Africa, where the golden sands of the Sahara meet the rich savannas of the Niger River, there once rose an empire so wealthy, so powerful, and so advanced that its fame echoed across continents. This was the story of the Mali Empire, a kingdom built on gold, faith, trade, and knowledge. But its story begins not with wealth. It begins with a legend. Chapter 1. The Lion, King of Mali. In the early 13th century, West Africa was dominated by the powerful Ghana Empire. But when Ghana declined, smaller kingdoms competed for control. Among them was a small Mandinka kingdom called Mali. Its prince, Sundiata Keita, was born into prophecy. According to oral tradition, a hunter once foretold that Sundiata would become a great ruler. Yet as a child, he could not walk. His enemies mocked him. His rivals dismissed him. But adversity forged strength. One day, determined to stand, Sundiata pulled himself up using an iron rod. That moment changed everything. The boy who could not walk would become the lion who united a nation. After years of exile and struggle, Sundiata returned to defeat the tyrant king, Sumoro Kante, at the Battle of Kirina in 1235. With that victory, the Mali Empire was born. Chapter 2. An Empire of Gold. The lands controlled by Mali were blessed with extraordinary riches. West Africa held some of the largest gold deposits in the world. In fact, during the Middle Ages, Mali may have produced nearly half of the world's gold supply. Gold flowed north across the Sahara in massive caravans. In exchange, traders brought salt, a precious commodity in West Africa, along with textiles, books, and horses. At the center of this trade network stood legendary cities: Timbuktu, Gao, Gent. These were not primitive outposts. They were thriving urban centers, connected to North Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. Caravans of thousands of camels crossed the Sahara Desert, carrying gold dust, ivory, and kola nuts. Mali became the wealthiest empire in Africa, but its greatest ruler would take that wealth to unimaginable heights. Chapter 3. Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. In 1312, a new emperor ascended the throne, Mansa Musa. His name would become legendary. Historians today often call him the richest person who ever lived. Mansa Musa controlled vast gold mines. He governed a territory stretching across modern Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Niger, and beyond. But it was one journey that would immortalize him forever. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on the Islamic pilgrimage, the Hajj to Mecca. His caravan stunned the world. It included 60,000 attendants, 12,000 slaves dressed in silk, hundreds of camels carrying gold, royal officials, soldiers, musicians, and scholars. As he passed through Cairo, he gave away so much gold that he caused inflation. The value of gold dropped 4 years afterward. The ruler of Egypt was astonished. For the first time, the wider world realized the immense wealth of West Africa. European mapmakers soon began drawing Mali on their maps, often depicting Mansa Musa holding a golden nugget in his hand. The empire was now globally recognized. Chapter 4. Timbuktu, City of Knowledge. But Mali was not only an empire of gold. It was an empire of learning. The city of Timbuktu became one of the greatest centers of education in the medieval world. At the University of Sankar, scholars studied mathematics, astronomy, medicine, law, theology. Thousands of manuscripts were written and preserved. While parts of Europe were emerging from the Dark Ages, Timbuktu thrived as a center of intellectual life. Students traveled from across Africa and the Islamic world to study there. Mali proved that Africa was not isolated. It was connected, sophisticated, and advanced. Chapter 5. Governance and Culture. The Mali Empire was not chaotic or disorganized. It had structure. The emperor, known as the Mansa, ruled with the help of governors and ministers. Local leaders were allowed to maintain some authority, as long as they remained loyal and paid tribute. Islam was the religion of the court, but traditional African beliefs continued among the population. Religious tolerance helped maintain unity. The empire's army protected trade routes and ensured stability. Law and order encouraged commerce. Mali became a model of administrative efficiency. Chapter 6. The beginning of decline. But no empire lasts forever. After Mansa Musa's death in 1337, succession disputes weakened the throne. Later rulers lacked his strength and vision. Trade routes began shifting, internal rebellions grew, and new powers emerged. One of them was the Songhai Empire, which gradually took control of Mali Asseteri. By the 15th century, Mali's dominance had faded. Though it survived in reduced form for centuries, its golden age had passed. Chapter 7. Legacy of the Mali Empire. Even in decline, Mali's impact endured. Its trade networks shaped African and Mediterranean economies. Its universities preserved knowledge. Its architecture influenced generations. Its story challenged myths about Africa. For centuries, many outsiders wrongly assumed Africa had no great civilizations. The Mali Empire stands as undeniable proof of the continent's historical power, wealth, and scholarship, and even today. The manuscripts of Timbuktu, fragile yet resilient, remind the world of a golden age of African learning. From a boy who struggled to walk, to a king whose wealth shook economies. From desert caravans of gold, to universities filled with scholars. The story of the Mali Empire is not just African history. It is world history. It is a reminder that greatness has risen from every corner of the earth, and beneath the sands of the echoes of Mali still whisper.